Hello and welcome to Queenie's Wednesday Night Live, Beltane, or May Day edition. These are the cards for the month of May. Thanks for joining me. I am doing a video. I'm recording video to upload to YouTube, but I'm also live here on Facebook like the usual. Anyway, I always say I'm still trying to figure this thing out, but so if I look down and show the card down, just like I'm showing the card up here, that is for my YouTubes. Hi YouTubes. Hello Facebook. Hello. Anyway, welcome to Queenie's Cards of the Month, the halfway point between the spring equinox and the summer equinox edition. Oh, I was going to put my crown on. Oh, hold on a minute. I got to put my crown on. Yeah. I'll be right back. How did I forget that, you guys? How did I forget that? I love this thing. Anyway, so I got my crown on. I call myself Queenie. Welcome to the cards of the month for May 2025. Yeah, I know. It's quite a time on the planet right now. Quite a time in the country that I'm in. Maybe quite a time in the countries that you're in. Whether you're in America or not, it's quite a time. Every time we think that it can't get any more surprising, the universe says, hold my beer. Universe says, hold my beer. Here we go. So let's start. I am using the Fairies Oracle deck like I usually do. It's by Brian Froud. This is the back of the deck. It's my favorite deck. I don't have my usual table because I move my room around and the end of my bed is right here. So there's not a lot of room for, wow, that's a really great shot on for the YouTube viewers. Whatever. Anyway, but I can't fit the table in there. I might just use a TV tray if I get in a pinch. Anyway, so here we go. This is the overarching theme of the month. This is the Fairies Oracle card. And let's see what we've got. Oh, fun. I don't mean to be sarcastic, but we have, oh, wrong side. Woo! Message is so subtle that you can't see it. No. This is, I think it's Laiste, the moon's daughter. There she is. She's beautiful. She got little horse legs. Isn't that cute? I swear to God, I love the ones that have little frog legs and little horse legs. Okay, so this means that the overarching theme of the month is that we are being shown information, but we're being shown information in such subtle ways that we're going to have to get quiet to listen. And I know that it's very difficult to get quiet and still and listen because there is a cacophony of information and sound that is just inundating us. But somehow we need to try and find those quiet places within ourselves, in our surroundings, finding those quiet places so that we can get still internally and listen. Because this card, this and Epona's Wild Daughters, is really about subtle messages from spirit. Subtle messages from our spirit guides, from guidance, from however you want to call it, from the universe. And these messages are not Mack truck messages. I think that we are part of the reason why this card came up is because we are living in a world where we are being energetically hit by a Mack truck every single day. Like God, sometimes it seems like every single moment of every single day we're being slammed with information, being told how we're supposed to feel about it, just triggered and triggered and triggered and triggered. Oh my God, like I'm so triggered. Like really. I'm almost gonna change my name to Trigger. No, good dog. Good dog. Sorry. It's just, it was right there and I did it. But we're being triggered all the time right now. And the reason this card came up is that we need to find some way to step back from it so that we can get clear, so that we can move forward, like move a path forward in our own path, find our own path forward. And Laiste, the moon's daughters, this card encourages us to do that. Because the only way that you are going to get clear messages right now is to get quiet inside. And I don't know how you get quiet inside. How do I get quiet inside? It's very rare that I'm quiet enough inside, but when I'm doing this, I get more quiet inside because I'm here and I'm present and I'm doing this right now. When I'm with clients, I get quiet inside because I'm there and I'm present and I'm grounded in service. That's kind of how I get quiet inside. Being outside, being with my kitty, being outside in my backyard, being outside taking a walk. Lately only short walks, but a walk, and trees, looking at the plants and the trees and the birds. I don't care where I am, industrial, out in by a park or whatever, but I'm always noticing what little critters are around, whether it's insects or birds or lizards or people with their dogs, cats, random cats around, plants, whatever. It is all so alive to me that that quiets my brain down. Because for some reason, I feel like I am going to get to be in service to that tree or that plant or the bird. I'm saying hello to everything. Like if there's a crack on the sidewalk and it looks at me funny, I'm going to say hello because it's all alive to me. So this month, how are the ways that you get still? Is it by meditation? I am not very good at that. I'm not very good at that because my brain is problem solving 24/7. I know I've said that before, but it's not very good at that. So finding your special way to do it. Some people by exercising. I have no idea what that's about. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes riding my bike clears my mind. Riding the ferry clears my mind because I'm in the water and I'm noticing that there are all these creatures and there's the water moving and it's all alive and it's incredible and wind and everything like that. But that's how I do it. There are other ways that people do it. Some people cook and it clears their head. Some people garden. Some people sleep. Some people, there are all kinds of things. Some people do art. Some people paint. Some people dance. Do what brings you that inner stillness so that you can get clear messages from your guides, from guidance. Now, you may not want to call them your guides. Oh my God, she's saying spirit guides. This is just your higher information, your inner wisdom. However you want to term it, you have access to it if you're able to get still, just a little still. Okay? So that's the overarching theme. That's the overarching theme. I'm noticing that the video for YouTube is much brighter. It's brighter than the one on Facebook Live, but that's all right. It's like, oh, the colors are much more vivid, and you get more of the chair. So, you know, if you were jonesing for more of the chair and my dress, you'll have to watch a video on YouTube when I put it up. Okay, so we've got Laiste, the moon's daughter, and then we're going to do the usual beep, which is we're going to use the spirit cats, by Nicole PR. Here, YouTube, there you go. Spirit cats. And this is our support card. Oh, we need a support card so soon? Yeah, it seems like we do. So this is the card. This is the energy that's going to assist you or maybe give you an indication of how you can get more still. I'm really glad I put my crown on. It's probably moving around though, but we're just, if I adjust it every once in a while, just, you know, ignore it or just be proud of me or something like that. Anyway, so we're shuffling these. Let's find our support cat. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Let's see what that one says. Come on, get in your box. Cat in the box. You know, they like to go in the box, but these cards were having trouble doing that. Okay, so this is our support cat. Our support cat. What is this? This is mystery. Meet Esmeralda. Oh, again. Oh no. Oh, yes. Ties into Laiste, the moon's daughters. Ties into the subtle messages and needing to get still to access them. And it tells me that the way that we can support ourselves in this process is to embrace the unknown, that some things are just not meant to be known. But let's read what this card has to say after all. Mystery. Meet Esmeralda. She is the sweet unknown and the allure of endless mystery. There are things that are impossible for our human minds to fully comprehend. The future is often obscured from our view. Yet, we must still make decisions without knowing the ultimate outcome. The mystery can feel dazzling and full of possibilities, or it can feel ominous and freeze us in our tracks. Esmeralda beckons us to make peace with the mystery. Let the great unknown sit beside you as you wash the dishes and fall in love and write your story and live your strange and winding life. Okay, so I had asked for this to be a support card that was going to assist us in, you know, figuring out a way for us to embrace the stillness so that we can get to the information that is being given to us at this time. And this card is like, well, you're going to have to sit with the unknown. You're going to have to embrace the fact, oh, I was choked. You're going to have to embrace the fact that you might not get to know everything. You might not get to have the answers. And that has to be okay. Oh, oops. Well, here's what I'm picturing. Here's how I picture this. It's like here we are, and we want to know the answers, and maybe we're straining to know the answers, Or maybe we're just like, come on, will you speak clearly, universe? And the universe is saying, you haven't asked the right question. And you need to sit with me for a while and get quiet and trust that things are unfolding exactly the way that you need them to unfold. Things are unfolding exactly the way that you need them to unfold. That's what that mystery card is. That's really interesting because it really didn't give us an idea of how. Yes, it did. It did. To be able to sit. I keep getting the phrase, some of us might have to sit in the dark and feel our way around, not frantically, but with trust that we will find our way. Because we will find our way. Anybody who this video lands with that ends up watching this, regardless of whether you know me or don't know me, we will find our way. We will find the way. We just have to trust the mystery of the unknown and not strain too hard for answers, because we're not going to get them if we push too hard. That's basically what both these cards are saying to start everything out. All right, so next I want to use, are they here? Oh, yes. Okay, so I went to the punk rock flea market a couple weeks ago, and I got a tarot deck that's just the major arcana cards, but they're kind of cool. They're called the Orphans Major Arcana Tarot deck, inspired by the classic Rider-Waite deck. And they are, who made these? Hello? Joseph Lorenzo. It's the 3rd edition. You can find them at www.theorphans.co. Anyway, the outside looks like this. Oh, I dropped one. Okay, so remember how we do the major arcana cards. I'm going to shuffle these, and one is for the beginning of the month, one is for the middle of the month, and one is for the end of the month. So the first card will be from today, May 1st, until the 12th. The second card will be from the 13th to the 21st. And the next one will be the 21st to the 31st. These cards are a little darker in imagery. Don't you like how it disappeared? A little darker in imagery, but they're still, the same. So the beginning of the month, I'm going to put them all out and then I'll read them. Okay. All right. That sounds good. And okay. Okay. All right. And I turned them right side up because I didn't feel like having reversed cards this time. So, and since I'm the one doing the reading, it's my frickin' prerogative. How about that, guys? We also too, like I said, this imagery is a little bit darker, so I want to not add that to the mix, even though I don't. Reverse cards to me are something that we're resisting. Maybe I'm resisting the reverse cards. Something we're resisting, or something that's happening on a very, very deep level. So the first card for the beginning of the month is Temperance. There's that. Okay, this is card number 14. Temperance is about patience, but it's also the Alchemist card. This is the Artist or the Alchemist. If you do the Thoth deck, that is the alchemist, the artist card, number 14. This is about the way that we recreate something new by taking little bits of something from the past, bits of something that is right now, and we move it around, add something to it, and boom, create something new. And how much patience and control it takes to put just the right amount of, a pinch of this, a whole week of that, a cup of this, another pinch of this. Oh, no, it doesn't taste quite right. It's the patience that it takes to create something. So at the beginning of the month, things might feel like they're moving a little bit slow. I feel like April whizzed by, but I feel like at the beginning of this month, it'll feel like it's going just a little slow. But please trust that you are compiling the things that you need to move forward. You're gathering. It's like a gathering and a forming. You're forming things. You're doing alchemy at the beginning of the month, and that takes a little while. And let's see what she's doing on here. Oh yeah, she's got potions. She's got all kinds of potions. She's mixing them together. And what happens when she mixes a couple of different potions together, in science, sometimes that causes an explosion. But with her, because she has temperance, because she's very measured in her approach, and she's very patient about how she does things, she creates something beautiful. She creates something new. And that's kind of what we're doing at the beginning of the month. And that might be part of the unknown. We have to trust that, like I said, things are unfolding the way that they need to. And part of temperance is about trusting that your creation is happening exactly the way it needs to. And you are also gathering the different ingredients and putting them together at the beginning of the month. I hope that makes sense. So the middle of the month, from the 13th to the 21st, that's cute. We have the Empress card. This is cute. We've got her on a pumpkin and her cat, and it does have the Empress symbol, which is very, very good. And it looks like she's doing some little pumpkin magic there. Let's look. And there's little baby pumpkins floating around. Okay, so the Empress card, this means that the temperance, we've created that new thing, but now we're going to we're not bringing something new. We've already brought something new into the world, and we are taking it on the road, which is kind of, that's not quite like the knights, but the Empress, normally you've got her on a horse and she's having a parade and she's radiant and beautiful. Card number 3 relates to 3 in numerology, and 3 is creativity. It's creation. So therefore, we've done the alchemy. The middle of the month is the creation. We've created something, and we're magnetizing support for that something that we've created. And that's the middle of the month thing that's happening. I see the Empress card. I always, every time I see that card, and like I said, this imagery is a little bit different in the Orphan deck because it's a little bit darker imagery, but the Empress card to me is like gold and orange and shiny and magnetic and charming and sexy and creative, and she is the mother. Whereas, card number 2, the High Priestess, is like the Virgin. She's everything. She's all the potential, all the housing, all the information, and the Empress is the mother. You know, she is given it away, not necessarily given it away, but she's radiant and not afraid of being at her full potential, not afraid of expressing her potential. And that's kind of the middle of the month. And it's funny because, not funny, haha, but funny, cool, because it goes towards the end of the month. And from the 22nd to the 31st, the sun showed up. I think if we, is this, the sun, he doesn't look as happy as other suns, but look at it. It's still the sun. Okay, so I think that if you've got the Empress going into the sun, and to be honest, I pulled the sun card upside down, but like I said, I'm not, it's only valid when I'm talking about it, I suppose. But the sun card is more radiance, more magnetism, but this is about self-confidence and an increase in self-esteem, an increase in the trust of self. The sun trusts itself to come up every morning. The sun trusts itself. The sun is radiant. The sun is shiny. The sun shines its light on you. And frankly, I feel like more towards the end of the month, I feel like there's something, I hate making predictions like that, but at least for the people that end up watching this, I feel like there's something that's going to break through. There is a breakthrough, and there is hope coming through. We may have not got the star card yet, but the sun coming through is part of that. It's part of that. And maybe the sun coming through is us feeling more of us, you know, by the end of the month. I think that a lot of people have been feeling off balance. I know I feel a little off balance at times. And it is possible that there is some sort of breakthrough and an increase in hope and confidence that is going to be coming by the end of the month. So let's cross our fingers that I'm right, because it does feel like there is a shift. There's a shift or a breakthrough. There is hope. There's something that it's like a pressure cooker, and the pressure gets released in a good way. Something's going to shift by the end of May. I have no idea exactly what it is, but it is going to cause a nice internal positive shift for those of us that have found this video. Anyway, so let's go on. And so again, I'm going to show you the little guys. So we have, oh, there was a card hiding underneath it. Woo! Okay. All right. Well, I love when that happens. Okay, so beginning of the month, Temperance. Middle of the month, the Empress. End of the month, the Sun, with somebody hiding underneath it, the Chariot. The Chariot was hiding underneath it. It was stuck to it. So let's talk about the Chariot. That means towards the end of the month. So all of that about the Sun card, but that Chariot hiding behind it is an indicator of forward movement, an indicator of moving forward and of being able to be more focused and moving forward, which is kind of fancy. I like that for us. I like that for us. And I love that it was stuck. It was hiding. It was hiding back there. Look at the little baddie. Look at the little baddie on the front of the thing. And then a little caddies and a little baddie. Anyway, the white cat represents the mind, and the black cat represents the emotions, or black cat represents the mind, white cat represents the emotions. The charioteer is able to master and balance and focus the mind and emotions so that you can move forward. So that's kind of cool that happened. Sneaky. Cards are sneaky. All right, so we're going to have a fairy for the month. We already had one. We're going to have another fairy for the month from the Fairy Wisdom Oracle written by Nancy Brown, artwork by Amy Brown. And you're probably, if you like fairies, you'll probably recognize the name of the artist, Amy Brown. Here's the book that it comes from. There we go. All right, let's see. This is what will be, I'm going to say this is what will be fun, but watch, we'll get like the opposite. It'll be hilarious because these cards are trying to prove me wrong tonight. No, they're not. Okay. Autumn. Interesting. Okay. So we got Autumn. She's pretty. It's also interesting because she kind of goes along with the pumpkin theme of the orphan cards. I like it. 43. We're just in spring. Okay. All right. So I asked what fairy would bring us some fun, or what would be the fun fairy, and we get autumn. Keyword, releasing. In the autumn, the fairies dash about checking to make sure that all the leaves are falling. Sometimes a leaf needs a little nudge, and the fairies are happy to oblige. The fairies have a lot to do before they can rest in winter. For us humans, autumn is about letting go. Just like the trees retract their sap in winter, we retract our energy. The autumn card tells you to store your energy up for yourself right now. Even if it's autumn, it might be time. And that's about also like goes along with being still and trusting the unknown. Kind of. Except the Empress says, let it all hang out though. I don't know. Feel your energies begin to collect around you and pull them inward close to your body. Conserve energy. If you've drawn this card, you're being told to let go of the old habits and ideas that tend to take up energy that can be better used elsewhere. Nice. It is a time of sorting, a time to release old stuff, and to see what is truly precious to you and what you really want to keep in your life. This may be a time of weeding out so that you can do the prep work for a new project in your life. If your energy feels lower, don't panic. Don't panic. Flow with nature's cycles and rest and relax. Autumn offers us magical qualities that inspire reflection and thinking. Go deeper down into your roots to reflect on where your life is going and where you want it to go. It is also a good time to do some writing or journaling. It's always a good time to do that. This may be a day for you to just curl up under a quilt with a good movie and a hot cup of tea. Okay, so there's always a chant with these. I just find it interesting that we got autumn and we're at the halfway point between spring and summer. So fun. Anyway, here's the chant. I go to that deep place within myself where the stillness is. I experience moving down into the center of my being. A deep calmness fills my body and soul. I am still, yet very much alive. I feel my heart beating in a strong, steady rhythm. I am here for myself. So be it. Follow the wind today. Okay, so this makes sense. I have a tendency, I don't know if you do this. I know autumn is like, that's the harvest, and you're, retreating in to prepare for the winter. You're putting your things away. But I always find that spring and summer is a time when I want to just purge everything. Like I want to get rid of a lot of stuff. And I think that releasing a lot of things that are kind of tying you down, dragging you down, things that even though you keep thinking that you might be using eventually, you're not going to be using them ever. And clearing space so that you can clear space. Do you know what I mean? So that could be the message. That could be kind of fun, actually, going through your things and deciding what to keep and what to give away. I've been giving away some things. Now it is kind of a pain in the butt to get people to show up to pick up things, but once they do, I'm like, yes, one more thing gone. Woo-hoo! And there's more to go. So that might be a way to get clear. You're getting clear in your space and getting clear in your mind in order for you to get the messages that are being delivered very subtly. And and also just trusting. Here's what happens when we are getting rid of stuff. I realize that I hang on to a lot of stuff because of some sort of scarcity consciousness. I hate using that term, but it's very accurate. A belief that there won't be any more. A belief that if I don't hang on to this, what if I want it someday? Or I won't be able to buy another one, or I won't be able to find another one. And that's not true, and that's not accurate. So I have been practicing that trusting. And this is, again, with the trusting. I know it sounds cheesy to talk about stuff when you're trusting the unknown, but our stuff is very symbolic to what's going on in here. And if we can clear that space, we can clear the space. I mean, there are a lot of sentimental things that I'm hanging on to that I don't really need. Things that I may not ever wear again. Things that just clutter up. And they remind me, but they also remind me that I need to get rid of some things, because I walk through my house and it's like walking into a to-do list. And that is really uncomfortable. And that really gets my little monkey brain going. And I've got a really good one. With as many planets in Gemini and Virgo that I have, there's quite some stuff going on in here all the time. Except when I'm talking to trees and rocks and animals and stuff. And you. Let's see if we can pull another card. Let's pull what will ground us. Let's find a deck for that. Should we do a goddess? Yeah, why not? What's this? Is this the goddess cards? Okay, so we're going to pull a card that is what will ground us. And I'm pulling it from the Goddess Oracle. This is from this book, A Way to Wholeness Through the Goddess. I've had this deck, I don't know, maybe 20 years? Maybe 20 years. Pretty sure. All right. Oh, nice. Oh my God, we got a really nice one. Okay, what will ground us is Hathor, and this is pleasure. Hathor will ground us. Hathor is the Egyptian goddess. I think that she's the one, but they'll tell us. I think that she's the one that she's a very Taurus card, very Mother Earthy kind of card. Where is she? Where is she? There's Hecate. It's not Hecate. So, okay, what's going to ground us is Hathor, pleasure. There's a poem with these, and there's the mythology. So I'm going to do all of it, and you're going to listen. It's going to be great. Pleasure. When you come to me, I take your spirit from the stars and clothe it in a body of sensation to finally focus you on form, to benignly bask you in bliss. You are here to experience delight, enjoy gratification, know satisfaction, have pleasure in all ways, in all modes, in all aspects. Pleasure makes you juicy. It twinkles your eyes and enlivens your life force. The exquisiteness of existence is pleasure. Get ready to feel so good. So that's what's going to ground us. And that's also what's going to help clear your head. So it seems like this month is not only to get still, but to do things that nurture that part of you, that part of you that feels good, that feels satisfied. If you've been mean to yourself, be nice. So easy to say, isn't it? Really difficult to do. Okay, the mythology of this is Hathor, though depicted in many forms, was mainly associated with the winged cow of creation. As birth and death goddess, she was credited with creating a body for the immortal spirit, creating the bodies that the immortal spirit, for the immortal spirit to reside in. As a creator of the body, she also governed all bodily pleasures: sound, music, song, dance, art, love, and touch. It is said that she attended the birth of every child and revealed the pattern of its destiny. She was worshipped in Egypt for more than 3,000 years. I love that, the winged cow. Hathor is here to tell you that the way to wholeness for you lies in connecting with what brings you pleasure and in experiencing pleasure. Have you been taught that pleasure is forbidden, something sinful and evil? Are you so busy fulfilling your commitments that pleasure is relegated to the bottom of your list? Do you deny pleasure in order to get work done? Stop. Time to change all that. Pleasure relieves stress and relaxes and refreshes you. Pleasure is the body's way of experiencing health and vitality. Pleasure is the oil that keeps you lubricated and lush. Hathor says that since you have chosen to be here in a physical body, you might as well enjoy it. Don't wait for others to fulfill this need. Plan to give yourself pleasure daily, and you'll find satisfaction dancing in your life. What do you think of that? What do you think of that as a way to ground yourself this month? What do you think of that as a way to find stillness? See, that's during certain times, during times of pleasure, that's another time when my mind is clear, I think we forget that we're in here. We forget that it's okay to be in here in our bodies, and it's okay for us to feel good, and we put it off because just one more thing. I just got to do one more thing. I just got to complete one more thing, and pretty soon you're looking back and you haven't done that thing. You haven't felt good, like, oh, I'm working all this time pardon me, and I'm rushing forward all this time, and where was the fun? Where was the pleasure? It's time to remember where that is. And I think that that will be a grounding thing this month. And also, I think that that will steer us in a direction where we feel more hope. And maybe that's the shift and the breakthrough, is that we prioritize our own satisfaction, not in a selfish way. There's nothing selfish about making yourself a priority somewhere in there. How do you do that? How do you make yourself a priority somewhere within the grand scheme of your life? Where are you a priority aside from like bodily functions that you kind of have to do? Where are you a priority? When do you take just even a little time to just be with yourself and enjoy yourself, regardless of whether it's erotic enjoyment or just the delicious feeling of putting your feet in Epsom salt water, or touching the grass, or touching a tree, or wearing something that feels like velvet or fur or something like that, that you do, putting lotion on. Like, I used to put lotion on all the time. I forgot that I would put lotion on my whole body. I forgot. Dancing. I forget. I forget to sing. It's so sad to forget these things. But I think that it would be very grounding for us to remember that we are in bodies this month, and that it is time to give those bodies pleasure and to take care of them and to love them. Here's an exercise that I do before we close. Here's an exercise that I do every once when I remember, and I don't do it often enough. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes before I go to sleep at night, pardon me, here I go yawning. I said sleep at night and then I yawned because it's crazy. Anyway, I will close my eyes, and if I'm having trouble going to sleep, I will imagine whatever color light I feel like doing it. Usually it's golden or something light. I will imagine a golden light around my feet, and I think about how much I appreciate my feet and how I love my feet, and I wiggle my toes and I work my way up my whole body till out the top of my head and my fingertips, till I'm surrounded by this golden light of me loving and appreciating my physical body. And then sometimes I can get through the whole thing and then I fall asleep, and sometimes I'll only get like up to the torso and then I'm sacked out. But it's a nice little practice for before you go to bed. You could even do it when you're sometimes when I'm sleeping in on a Saturday. Hi. Sometimes when I'm sleeping in on Saturdays or Sundays, I can do that before I get out of bed, which is kind of cool. But I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to find moments of stillness, moments of pleasure, regardless of what that means. You know, that could mean, helping yourself along. There is absolutely nothing wrong with helping yourself along. Sometimes it's easier and faster that way. What do you think I'm talking about? I was talking about cookies. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'm wishing you a wonderful May. Don't forget about the Empress in the middle of the month and the Sun towards the end of the month, and how much clearer things will get. because the sun will shine down on it. It'll get a little clearer. I really do feel like there's some sort of tide turning, and I'm not sure exactly what that means or what it is, but let's look out for it. I'm looking forward to it. I would like to feel more hopeful, and I'm sure that you would too. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I love you, and I'll see you soon, and you guys can look out for the video. I'll put a link up of the video on YouTube, and maybe it won't be too annoying with me looking up at my iPad instead of looking directly into the... I tried. I tried. I know I need to fix my technical stuff. Maybe that'll be part of my alchemy this month. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.